Hey everybody, how's it going? Do you like a tight, chunky, percussive metal tone? Well, of course you do. And today I've got Neural Amp Modeler loaded up with amps, pedals, and pickups. Nathan, the absolute man, bringing us free EVH Stealth 100 tones. It's a very small pack. There's only 4 captures in here. It's a great tone. Let's go. As you can hear there, guys, it is that crowd pleaser 5150 thing. Now, I've got to say the EVH amps seem to be the absolute pinnacle of high gain tone. Yes, there's boutique stuff out there where you could just plug straight into the amp and you get a tight percussive metal tone out the box. But the EVH 5153s seem to be that absolute, dependable, reliable tone that people gravitate towards. And it just has that plug in the front end, you know, and it's tight straight out the box. Now, I know like some modelers and captures and, you know, some of the amps themselves, it really depends on what kind of guitar you're playing, whether it's tight or not, and the player themselves. This guitar is a very percussive guitar. It's mostly maple. It's a maple through neck guitar, and it's got a very high output Allen Entwistle pickup in it, so it has just a lot of attack. So going straight into an amp like this, it's a match made in heaven. This is an unboosted capture. He's just dialed it into his preferred settings, and he did a comparison video with his actual EVH Stealth 100. He compared it to a bunch of other stuff, including this capture of that amp with those settings, and it was really shocking. I was like, wow, that just sounds exactly the same. This capture just sounded exactly the same. Check out the video below for more details on the settings and whatnot. So in this pack, you get his dialed in tone, which is, you know, a tight percussive metal tone. It's got a lot of girth, but the attack and the, you know, modern mid-forward thing, it is very much there. I'll just cycle through a couple of the different tones. So you got dialed, then dialed times STD, you know, sexually transmitted disease. I don't really know what that means. I mean, that just kind of sounds the same to me. Then he's got the amp with everything at noon, which is a bit softer, a little bit more woolly, a little bit rounder, and I used this for the lead guitar tones on the demo at the beginning. But let's go to the dialed. That's definitely my favorite. And I've got no EQ going on here, guys, but I do have, I'll just turn G-Tune off. I've got effector silencer, as always. Yes, there's other gates out there, but old habits die hard, guys. I love this gate. It's got the lowest CPU out of anything I use, and it's just perfect for what I do with my amp sims. Neural Amp Modeler going into NAD IR. Now I've got loaded up Super Brutal number 2. You guys have reacted really well to this IR. It's a blend of a bunch of stuff from my own IR packs, a custom blend, and I'll put it on Tone Hunt, which is now Tone 3000. Download it for free, guys. But let's just find some tones, guys. I've got a couple of different things on the go here that I'll switch on in a minute. I've got this little EQ on the go because Neural Amp Modeler, being the way it is, this, you know, you can't really change the settings on this as you would like an amp. So you've kind of got to do things after the fact or before the fact. So this is the amp as it is, and it's got a fair amount of gain if you've got a high output pickup. But if you want to do a lead guitar thing, I would boost the input a little bit. So I'm boosting it by like 1.8, nearly 2 dB. Yeah, it's giving me a bit more gain. I'll turn the gate off and I'll put on some of this other stuff. So this is sort of the amp raw. And I'll turn on this EQ. So I'm boosting a little bit near 800 and I'm lobbing off some low end. So I'm boosting that vocal mid-range, which is really good for a lead tone. I'll stick on the chorus, delay, let's see what we've got. Yeah, for a lead tone, when you're boosting that vocal mid-range, it just makes it pop out. I'll just turn it off. Yeah, that sounds fine, but this in a mix would just make it talk a little bit more. So like in a mix, you wouldn't have to just whack up the volume, you could just boost mid-range and it would make it talk a little bit more, make it stick out the mix a little bit more. I like that. Let's stick on Epic Plate for a bit of crazy ambient washy stuff. See what this sounds like. Yeah, guys, if you can't get a modern metal or tune done with those kind of tones, then, you know, I don't know what's wrong with you, right? Okay. All this stuff is completely free. So that's about it, guys. Check out Nathan's channel, Amps, Pedals, Pickups. Really great captures here, guys. Enjoy.
Hey, since you're still here, why not check out my music? I've got the crazy brutal stuff like Nest of Scum and Habitual Slaughter over on Bandcamp, and my latest release, By the Horns, is now available on all streaming platforms. If you want something more melodic, check out my Resinton albums, available on all streaming platforms also. And if you just like the instrumental demos from here on the channel, I have the Demo Collection series, exclusively on Bandcamp. So what are you waiting for? Check it all out. Thanks for watching, guys, I really appreciate it, and subscribe if you want to see more metal related stuff. I'll be back sometime with a video on something else, so until then, ciao.